Okay, so I'm going to be playing with my sleeves a lot because I have been trying to say this and I don't really know how. I have a boyfriend. And hopefully, if things go right, you guys will see him in my videos. In the distant future. Because I'm still really guarded about the whole relationship. I mean, okay. I do really love him. He and I are two peas in a pod. We've known each other for the past 6 months. He actually, okay, I'll get into that first. So he found my TikTok page. I'm in Ohio. He's in Massachusetts. So we started being friends after my breakup, which was in February, and he found my TikTok in December. So he had been commenting and everything on my page for about 2 months until then the breakup happened and he found but my Instagram was linked and he sent me a message. He's like, hey, you and I have a lot of stuff in common, and we do. We have a shit ton of stuff in common, which is amazing and very odd. Because something my best friend told me while processing the bad breakup before finding out that my ex is a cheating, lying little prick, the one thing she told me was that you need to find someone who's more like you. She said someone who wants to do the same things that you do, who wants to actively spend time with you, someone who even shares a love language, and he does. Somebody who would want to do things because they can share that with you and then give you that same energy that you're giving them back. Because my energy in my past relationship was not being met at all. Now, was that relationship perfect? No. And the relationship was not perfect, not just because he was a lying, cheating asshole, but because I knew my energy wasn't being returned. And I stayed. Even though nothing in the relationship was good. I got 2 good things out of that relationship, and the only thing I was able to keep out of that was 1. And that was my pet. When we got Maestro, our puppy at the time, I thought everything was going to be fine. But it was... I don't want to go into the whole spiel of how that relationship was bad. I want to talk about the good now. I want to leave the bad in the past and move on from it. I have learned a lot about myself for the past few months. So it was April, I learned that my ex had cheated on me. And I told him about it. And I told my current boyfriend, his name is... Did I say his name? His name's Rylan. I told him about it, and he let me vent. And then he's like, well, not every guy is going to be that way. And I understand the first thing coming out of somebody's mouth is he's saying it's not all men. No. He understands. Trust me, he understands. Oh my god. My ex and I could not agree on fucking anything. When it came to arguing the not all men stereotype, which I do agree, it is a stereotype. To a certain extent, we can't be afraid of everyone, but we do have to be cautious, especially from a young woman. But it's also just like, the ones that we don't have to worry about know that it's not all men. So, realizing that really turned things around. But we share so many common interests. Like, he's a geek and he's a nerd, and his bedroom is just like covered in Marvel posters and video game posters, and you name it is probably up there. He's obsessed with Godzilla. He's so cute. Oh my god, he's so cute. So, like, we were getting to know each other when... Oh shit, there was a video game that just came out, and I had just created my Twitch at that time. What game was it? Hold on. My favorite YouTuber couple played it. Hold on, let me just, I'm trying to remember the video game. Oh, it's not that. Shit, what was it? Hold on, I'm gonna have to get on their channel. It was when the It Takes Two video game came out about the, sorry, spoilers real quick. The couple that was like going through a divorce and they didn't want to, and their daughter cried, and because she didn't want her parents to get a divorce, and then magic happened. They got transformed into these two little dolls, and they had to go on this huge wild adventure. Because I remember watching that, and we were getting to know each other as better friends. Like, we did start out as friends, and I highly, 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 highly recommend doing that. Because if you start out as friends and you know you share a lot of common interests, more likely than not, you are going to have a really good relationship. Now, I am still guarded because I thought my past relationship was a good one, so it's kind of like, is Rylan still going to love me when we live together? Is he still going to love me when we get to know each other in person, when he meets my crazy-ass family? Am I moving too fast? Am I talking too much? Am I annoying him while he's at work? Rylan has made me realize that I have not been asking for too much. I was asking the wrong person. And that realization really, really hurt. It hurt because of how much I trusted my own judgment. And I did not think I was ever going to let somebody new in. But letting Rylan in has been as easy as breathing. And I was not expecting that. I mean, he was walking around for about a month of the last month. He came to me and he's like, well, I was venting about something, about making a guy friend, and then what was it I was complaining about? I think it was just one of those days I was really down, thinking about how much my ex hurt me, and I vented to him about it because he's already learned to pick up on my mannerisms. I think I made a TikTok being frustrated or something. He's like, "Are you okay? I just want to double check." And we talk every day. We've talked every day since February. And the consistency's still there. We've video called. It's still overwhelming. It's still really overwhelming realizing how low my standards were. And how nothing in that old relationship was worth fighting for. I outgrew the person my ex wanted. Because he had loved me since we were kids. That bullshit. I'm not the same person I was when I was a kid. In any way. But nothing about that relationship was good. But this one is just... it's the difference between night and day. And it's just insane to think about. Because even states away, he gives good communication, he gives quality time, effort and consistency. I mean, for the past several months, and I'm not meaning several as in like 2 or 3, I'm meaning 6, 7, 8 months. It's been the same. He hypes me up on my TikToks and my YouTube videos. He's actually on my channel. He's a follower. Hi, baby. Sharing common interest. Like, he binge watched WandaVision because I wanted to talk to him about it, and he's like, okay, give me a couple hours, I'll get it done. He did it. He's like, okay, let's talk about it. I need to vent. He's obsessed with Godzilla. He likes the old-fashioned horror movies. He loves Lord of the Rings. He's a Hufflepuff like me. He's a Harry Potter fan. He plays Dungeons and Dragons. And he's a Marvel fan. He's a My Hero Academia fan, an anime fan. We spent hours talking about our OC characters. He creates OC characters. Like, my ex told me when I would create an OC character and put it into the original plot of the story, he's like, that doesn't fit there. That doesn't work. And Rylan is just like, tell me more. Well, how's it gonna go from here? And it's just like, hold on, let me step back and process this. Like, we've already had the discussion. When we came into wanting to, okay, he had been dancing around the idea of wanting to confess to a certain someone, which was me, and I didn't realize it was me, because I was so guarded. When I started actually talking to him, getting to know him, because for like a couple of months it was just like, hi, how are you? Oh, good, how are you? Good, how are you? You're good, how's your day been? It's been this, that normal standard stuff. And then when I started to get more comfortable letting him in, we got to know all those different questions. So I'm an idiot because I had it all written down. And then I tossed the papers because I wanted to remember it. And I didn't. Like, oh my god. I know the little fucker has met Stan Lee. He's been to Comic-Con. Oh my god. Couples costumes. He wants to cosplay with me. I couldn't get my ex to let me draw on his face with a pencil eyeliner in the shape of a skull. And Rylan is just like, do you want to dress up as Raven and Beast Boy for Halloween? What about Sweeney Todd and Mrs. Lovett? Or what about Gomez and Morticia? Or one of his favorite anime characters, and Vegeta and Bulma, or Gagio and Levi, and it's just like, and he has ideas. Shaggy and Velma, and if we had a dog, that would be Scooby. I mean, we have a cat, so well, I have a cat. Getting to know me as a person, and then as a friend, and now as a girlfriend. And it's the same effort, it's the same consistency. I've told him everything that my ex wouldn't do. And he's like, he wouldn't take you even to go get a box of cake mix for your birthday? He's like, well, why didn't he didn't plan anything for the weekend? Because my ex was off on the weekends. Rylan's days off are a little scattered sometimes. So if he were to come to Ohio, which he wants to do, because of me, and I feel bad. But we've already had the discussion. We've already had this discussion of wanting to move in together, that we do really care about each other, and we do love each other, and there is the possibility of us, if we move in together, we get to know each other that way for a little bit. He comes and visits, then we move in together for a while, and then we take the step to being engaged. But we've already had the conversation of marriage, what we expect our partners to be like, whether or not we want kids, which we're both like, I want kids, but in the distant future. We're not ready to have kids now. It's not like he's jumping in a car and making his way here right now. But it's just like, I apologized the other day because one of my favorite YouTubers got engaged like a little over the weekend, and I sent him the pictures of it, and he already knew. I watched her. She's a reaction channel. It's Young Dumb Honey Bun, and watched her Instagram story of her showing off her beautiful engagement ring and the setting and everything that her fiance had for her, and I showed it to him, and he's like, "Oh my god, that's so pretty, that's so great." And I'm like, I sent it to my best friend too, and we're talking about wedding stuff, and he's like, "Oh really? What's your dream wedding look like?" And it was already after I tore up my would have been wedding dress from my ex. And we're just talking about it, and he's telling me what he wants from a wedding. Now, my ex did not care. Rylan is just like, "Oh, I'd love it if we were able to do like the decorations like this," and then I'll send him my idea, and it's like, "Well, how do you think we would be able to mesh these together?" And we come up with that idea, and it's in the back of our minds because it's something that we want to work towards, because we're partners, because we're boyfriend and girlfriend, we're committed to each other, we want a life with each other, or a future with each other. And it's just like, my expectations for my ex were so low. And it's insane how somebody who's known me for a decade versus someone who's only known me for 7 months, 6 or 7 months, is totally exactly what I needed. Someone who is like me, who has family traditions, who shares family traditions, and I want to live in a little travel trailer, a little camper for a while, because I'm not paying fucking rent around here. That and most apartments around here, most decent apartments, are like stupidly priced. I don't make that kind of money to begin with. We both want to be content creators, so it's just like, and Leslie, he loves cats. He loves cats. My ex fucking despised cats. That's why it took me so long to convince him to be like, "Hey, come on. You know, we can't afford anything else. Leslie is literally just a little stray kitten. We stay in one place for a while. He won't tear up a lot of stuff. He's really, really nice. And Leslie's a good cat. He's just a tomcat." And Rylan is just like, "Yeah, what about Leslie? Is he good with dogs? Because I've got a couple of little dogs that maybe I'd be able to bring with us, because he's got the small chihuahuas, and I've never been around a chihuahua, so I don't know." But he's also just like, "I have no problem getting like a bigger dog or a smaller dog, or not having a dog at all, but we both want pets." But it's just like, he's made an effort and shown me what it was that I was lacking. Making birthday plans with me. Like, my best friend wants to take me out for my birthday, and my brother and sister-in-law want to take me to the aquarium, because my nephew, me, my brother, all share the same birthday. We're all born in August, so we want to go to the Newport Aquarium. And then my best friend is planning something with her sister and her husband and probably her baby, to do something with me for my birthday, because my mom won't. And telling Rylan, like, I just wanted him to spend time with me, or to be like, "Hey, I can't take the day off for your birthday today, but we'll plan it for this weekend." So it's just like, Rylan's just like, "Okay, we can't do that immediately, but, you know, like, making plans to visit. If I get this job, I'll be making like $9 an hour, maybe a little more. So it'd be like, I would take 100 out of my check every week, and putting it back for spending money, because I need like minutes and stuff like that, and food, saving up for the travel trailer." And then he's like, "Okay, well, when is it that your festival is?" Because I've told him about the festival that the neighboring town has every year, and he's wanting to get over his driving anxiety, because he has a little bit of driving anxiety, understandably so. He's wanting to work on that. I'm wanting to work on it. It's just like, it's the effort and consistency, and it's having those tough conversations. We've had the conversations about wanting to get married, wanting to have kids. We've went into the nitty-gritty, the very detailed, sexy stuff, and TMI for a moment, I only finished like 2 or 3 times with my ex, because my ex was the kind of person that was like, I don't like the idea of having toys. I feel like it's an insult to me. But then I would have toys for my OnlyFans. He's like, I don't care about you doing it, but there are some days where I want to film it. And it was just so stupid. And I told Rylan that I had my OnlyFans, and he's like, okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. And I said, now, would you ever be comfortable, like, filming that stuff with me? He's like, you want me to film it with you? And for a split second, I thought he was going to be like, well, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like, well, yeah, because it would probably be, like, I would enjoy it more if I actually had a partner. And he's like, really? You want me to do that with you? And just... I didn't think I was ever going to find someone that I can trust. And everything that we talked about, everything from the very beginning, even when he sent me that first message, he was like, I don't want to sound really creepy or really weird, but I do understand you just went through a breakup. I just wanted to reach out and make sure that you were okay. I love your videos. I love your content. You have such a bubbly, happy personality, and I absolutely love it, and I want to get to know you as a person rather than just a creator on the internet. And I responded. And it is the best decision I have made. And just getting to know each other, like what it is that they want from a relationship, what is it they don't want. We talked about wedding stuff before we even started dating. And it was just like, oh, if there was, I can't remember what it was. I think I was doing some research or something for an OC for The Hobbit. And I sent him a message. I'm like, hey, if there was no wedding bands, how is it that you would propose? And he's like, oh, well, I'd create something. I could either like create a ring or a necklace or something. I can't remember right off the bat. And he had so much detail in it that I'm like, you've thought about this. And like talking about the wedding stuff, talking about moving, talking about marriage and a life together. And it's just like, you've thought this out. He went through a really bad breakup. And it was a long distance relationship as well. And he's just like, we kind of helped each other. Because he was processing his breakup still while I was processing mine. I got over mine pretty quickly, and I think his was just still, it had already happened, but it still stung. I'm really happy, and I don't know how to put it into words, but at the same time, I am terrified. I'm scared because I didn't realize how much my old relationship was lacking until just befriending Rylan. So, seeing that effort and consistency and praise and love and realizing that a relationship will be 50-50. One is going to pick up the other a little bit more than the other sometimes. That's okay. Talking about the future is okay. Asking your significant other to spend time with you and to cuddle you after sex and to, like, actually care is okay. That having these plans for a future together is okay. And that you can trust people even after you've been hurt. It's just... every single day I find out new stuff about him that makes me fall even harder. Like, My ex, I have a lot of glittery makeup, so he never wanted to participate in like, oh, boyfriend does my makeup challenge or film videos with me or anything like that. So I did ask him. I did ask Rylan, and he's like, absolutely, I'll film with you. I want to be a content creator. I want to do like movie reviews and stuff like that. And it's just like, I even told him, I'm like, well, I've got sparkly, glittery makeup. I don't know if, you want to do it because of the glitter and everything. And he was just like, well, yeah, I'll do it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll try. And I did ask him, I'm like, okay, now would you be comfortable with me doing your makeup? He's like, absolutely. This is the person that had absolutely no question to it. It was just like, yes. You want to do my makeup? Sure. You want to dye my hair a funky color if I'm allowed to for work? Sure. You want to talk about a future with me? Absolutely. I mean, aside from looking at campers, I was also looking at apartments where he's at, and then in a state between us, because like I said, he's in Massachusetts, I'm in Ohio, so like Pennsylvania or a place like that. And he's just, I told him honestly that I was looking at places, and immediately I apologized. Like, I'm sorry, I understand if it's moving too fast. And he's just like, no, why? I've been looking at places too. But it's because we love each other. We see a life with each other. And I think it hurts because of how simple the request is. And even he knows that this is just the bare minimum. I told my best friend how if this doesn't work, because it's always in the back of my mind. Because you never really know someone until you live with them. You never really know someone until you go through a really hard time with them. And I keep telling her, I'm like, what if this doesn't work out? She's like, well, what if it does? Just think for a minute. Do you want to marry this kid? If you don't see marriage with him now, why are you bothering? And I said, yeah, I do. But what if he doesn't with me? And I don't think that fear is going to go away for a while. But Rylan has been nothing but loving and supporting and patient and showing me that it's okay to think about the future, it's okay to have plans, and it's also okay to have backup plans. That I'm not asking for too much, that asking my significant other not to talk to other girls behind my back. Like, he has girls who are his friends, but they're obviously his friends. He doesn't make me feel insecure. He doesn't make me worry. He doesn't do any of that. He texts me when he's on his break. Every time he's on his break. And he'll ask me sometimes, he's like, if I'm really frustrated, he's like, okay, do you want advice or do you just want to vent? Like, I want both, but I need to vent first. Or if I don't want advice, it'll just be like, okay, well, think about something that makes you happy. Think about how getting, a set at your job, you'll be able to move out on your own. Then I'll be able to come over. It's just like, we don't think of one without the other. we share likes and dislikes, and there's nothing that we argue about. Like, I even argued about political shit with my ex. And Rylan, all of our political views match. All of them. So, like, if I'm frustrated about something going on, like with the Free Britney situation and fucking Bill Cosby bullshit, told him about it, and he's like, I can't fucking wrap my head around that. That's so sick. Or talking about being an avid supporter of the LGBTQA plus community, because you should be able to love who you want to love regardless, and you should be able to do what it is that you want to do to your own body regardless. One person should not get to dictate what everyone else has to do. I don't fucking get it. I don't understand how you can't be... How just because it's not for you doesn't mean it should be illegal overall. Like, I'm not attracted to women, but my sister is. Does that mean that my sister should not have the amazing wife that she does? Hell fucking no. She loves her. Let them get married. Let them adopt a kid. Let them buy a house. Let them do everything. I don't understand it. It's not hurting anyone. And I told Rylan about it, and he's like, abso-fucking-lutely. Told him I was pro-choice, that I should have a right to my own body, because I'm on the fence about having kids due to the pain. I don't know if I'm going to be able to carry them, and I don't know what's all going on in there, so... It's just like, if something were to happen where it was between me or the fetus, I would choose me. Because the system's broken. There's so many kids in foster care or in adoption agencies and everything like that to begin with. So, and if they're already overpopulated, they need a caring home and parents that are going to provide. And he's like, absolutely. That's your body. The only thing I would ask is that you discuss it with me. And regardless of my views, the ending decision is up to you. Oh my fucking god. It's overwhelming to see just how much I allowed from my past relationship. Now, in no way am I saying that I was absolutely pristine and perfect. I had an attitude. I got really clingy and I got really defensive. However, to a certain extent, it was justified. Because I think somewhere in the back of my mind, I always knew that something was wrong. So, it's taken me a while to trust my own judgment. But right now, it's just like, I don't feel anxious or nervous. I don't feel the need to be overthinking about this. I mean, it still happens. Sometimes it'll just happen randomly. And there are still moments where I'm just like, if I get too attached, this is gonna fucking hurt. But at the same time, there's just that little blip in like right over here that is just like, but what if everything goes right? This man is perfect for you. He's nerdy, he's geeky, he's cute, quality time is his love language. Physical touch is his secondary. That's mine. He actively wants to spend time with you. He'll teach you how to play video games. He has an Xbox, not a PlayStation, but there's some games that I want to play that's on the Xbox, and there's probably some that he wants to play that's on the PlayStation, so we'll have both gaming consoles. It's just like, holy shit. I have someone who loves me for me. Because we think the same, we act the same. And it's that give and take in the relationship that we needed. This is gonna hurt like a bitch. I hate thinking that way now. Because he's giving me no reason to think, I don't think this is gonna work or anything like that. We are dedicated to making this work. And it's not gonna be easy. but it's not impossible. And it's a breath of fresh air, but it's also just like, holy shit. I mean, you name it, we have a plan for it. Costume content and everything as well. And it's I'm in love. Now, you don't ever know someone until you live with them. This could also just be the honeymoon phase or anything like that. We've never had a big, serious argument, but we don't really... I don't think we would argue about anything. I mean, we might bicker, but it would also just be like, do you mind doing chore X and I'll do chore Y today instead of vice versa or something like that. Like, if I cook, you do the dishes, or if I clean out the litter box, you sweep the floor and I'll mop it, or something along those lines. And Rylan's just like, okay, I'm just happy to be here. I went from someone who really only wanted me because he was afraid of change, to somebody who is going to embrace every change, even in me, as long as we still love each other. As long as we do this as a team. Every decision we make is together. And it's... I love him to death. And if this doesn't work, I'm gonna become a nun. If this doesn't work, I'm so screwed. I'm just done with people. Fuck it. Finding somebody who is as nerdy and geeky as me, but somebody who is also as loving and caring. Like, I don't know much about the Godzilla stuff, but he was telling me everything about it. And we were on video call not too long ago, and he was telling me about it. And I'm just sitting there, or maybe it wasn't Godzilla, it was D&D. And I'm just sitting there like, you're so cute. I listened to everything that he said, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, you're so cute. And he does the same thing with me when it comes to astrology, because lately, everything has been going right. And he's a Libra. He was born in September. I'm a Leo. I was born at the beginning of August. So it's just like, those two really, really coincide together. Good communication, good compatibility, good everything like that. And it's just like, holy shit. We get to move in together, and if this stays the same, if everything still stays the same, you guys are probably going to get an update video. Like, holy fuck. And I did ask him about this beforehand, and he's like, you can make whatever content you want on me, as long as it's all good things. Like, you have full permission to talk about me in your videos. You have full permission to film me and everything like that whenever we live together. If you want me to be in a video with you, I will happily do it with you. And it's just like, it's that simple. That effort and consistency is that simple. Making plans for my birthday, like, he loves going to the zoo. He likes being outdoors. He likes going for walks. He likes that kind of stuff. So we've got our festival here, and he's got one in his hometown. So, like, we've thought about it. His family wants to move to Florida. So if we live in Pennsylvania, we'd be in the middle of everyone. We could travel if we have a RV or a camper or whatever that you can drive. One with a, yeah. If it has a cab on the front, if we're able to drive, one of us or both of us will take turns driving. We'll go and visit his family and live there for a year, or we'll live here for a year. We want to travel. We want to go to all these different places. And it's just like, he wants to be a content creator. I want to be a content creator. If we're able to do that, we're able to do that together. And it's just like, holy mother of God. effort, consistency, similarities, as well as differences, because the only thing we not argued, but the only thing we disagreed about was an anime character. That's it. I love him so much. And I'm really happy. I didn't think I was going to be this happy for a long time. And I feel like I just keep saying the same thing over and over, and I'm sorry that I do. Now it's just hoping that if we do get the chance to live together, that we live up to each other's expectations. Which I'm sure we will. But it's also just like kind of nerve-wracking. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on that. We started dating June 11th. So this coming Sunday is our 1 month anniversary. But yeah, that's all. I don't know what else to say other than, you can like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell and all that jazz, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated, and I will see you in my other videos. Hopefully, if I do get this job, I will be able to get that travel trailer, and hopefully, if he or I get over this driving anxiety, we'll be able to officially see each other, because we've we'd FaceTimed and everything, and we talk every day, and I need to get my minutes renewed on my phone, and then I'll give him my cell phone number. The one thing, though, is that the only person who knows that we're dating, obviously, is the internet. Because I've chosen to have my life out there, and he's like, okay, that's fine. You can have me out there, too. My best friend obviously knows. My dad, I think, knows because I talk about him a lot. My mom is definitely going to be against this because we met online. But I am taking all the precautions because I do understand that it is still really weird, it is still really creepy, and you don't really know someone until you've lived with them. Here's hoping that everything goes the way we want it, because things are finally starting to look better, and it's exciting, and it's scary as hell at the same time. So that's all I have. Good night. I love you. Bye.